Alright, this is one of the places, and I don't think a darn thing's been down here very much. There's the camera. There's the corn. Ain't hardly nothing eaten out of the corn. Ain't hardly anything out of the cat food. But they have something's been eating a little bit of corn. There's the little birdseed cake that I made. That didn't last very long. Probably I put it down here just to see if a deer would fool with it, and it might have. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. But I got another one. It really probably ought to be in a cage, or I don't think hanging up from something. I think it's too heavy. But yeah, I don't think there's been a whole lot of action down here. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. That's the cat food, the old shredded tuna stinking cat food I put out. Got a real strong scent, but I don't know. I'm not, it's just been 1 week. I'll put another card in that camera, and we'll just kind of leave everything the way it is and kind of come back and check on it next week. All right, I'm going to take this station up. I'm going to take this post up, and what's she doing over there? Get back over here. Take this post up, take that camera up, and I'm going to move it to the other side of the Hobbit Hole. Yeah, like I said, I ain't touched that corn in weeks. And usually, of course, it's only been a few days, I guess. It's only been since last Saturday or Sunday afternoon. I can't remember. No, it had to be Saturday. Yeah. So it's only been here like 5 days, but still, usually all that cat food is gone. But it ain't. It's still here. Some of it's still here. And like I said, that corn, they ain't touched it. So I'm going to pull this station up, move it to the Hobbit Hole. Okay. Seeing this one out, I want to show you what I call the Hobbit Hole. Okay, I had that trail camera there, and I had one of my molasses blocks right in here, but I don't think anybody touched that. I don't think anybody messed with it. Looks like there's been a little bit of traffic through here. I'm kind of anxious to see what's on that camera, if anything. But there's the Hobbit Hole, what I call the Hobbit Hole, not because I believe it's the gateway to Middle Earth. It just looks like a round hole in the foliage, it's just kind of round. I mean, just kind of grown around there. It's an obvious entry and exit point. And so let's go in and see what we can see. All right. All right. So, there it is. There's the Hobbit Hole. Now, I've made this trail a little bit wider, but not a whole lot. Just cleaned up some places where I could come in and out of. So there's an obvious trail here. I don't know if the camera shows it up that well. But it comes back here to this place. Now, this place is tore, all up. There's been a lot of movement through here. So, I didn't even see that trail. It's a small trail. I don't know where it goes. Looks like there's another hole back there, another little Hobbit Hole or something back there. Anyway, so it looks like hogs have been coming down here. So I'm going to leave that camera right there at the entrance to the Hobbit Hole. But it looks like it's, compared to the rest of this jungle, this looks like it's spaced out pretty good, cleaned out. So, we're going to see, that's a better view of the trails right there. See that trail on the right and that trail on the left? They all just kind of converge back. Both of these kind of converge back on the other side of that little thicket right there. So, here's the other trail. Here's where the trail goes. Boom. Now, I cleaned this out a little bit, but There's an obvious trail right there. There's an obvious trail. And there's a little branch back there that I didn't know anything about, I think. Maybe not, maybe just muddy. But you can see that's all tore up. The ground's tore up. And there's another little small trail right there. And there's another little small couple of trails back here. I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring in the weeks to come, especially once it turns cooler, because the sun's out down here and it's warm, then it's just like a sauna down here. It's literally just like being in the jungle. But this trail right here, and they all kind of converged. Right here it was just kind of open, just about like it is now. I don't think I really messed with it, but that's an obvious trail there. So, and like I said, there's some standing water there. So I cleaned this little area out, put a game camera there, of course, put my feed bottles, cat food, and corn right there. And something else I'm gonna try. My uncle told me about this stuff. He said you could use Jello mix, but I got these old packets of stuff you pour into a bottle of water, make it flavorful. So instead of using cat food, wet cat food, or something else, I'm gonna try these. I'm just gonna sprinkle them around, especially now that it's supposed to rain this evening. I'm hoping that it'll kind of soak in and stay here. But yeah, it's kind of anxious to see what all's moving down here through here, because something is moving. I mean, this trail was here. I just made it a little wider so I could get through it, but that trail was right there. Like I said, there's a couple of the little places where they've been going off too. Usually what I do is I try to take, hold on a minute. Now this ought to be a little bit better. Usually what I try to do is I try to take this stuff that I cleaned out, right in here, and stuff that that tree that the camera's on right there, it was really growed up all around it. That was just the best tree I could find, so I oh, there you are. I cleaned that tree off some where I could put my camera on there, and got it put on there. And what I did with all the stuff I took off, on all these places, there's little offshoot trails, like this one right here, a little offshoot trail that goes back here, a little offshoot trail that kind of goes back there. So what I did is I took that stuff up and I put it in these little offshoot trails, kind of hoping and thinking that maybe they would kind of discourage them from using that little trail, so they just come down the natural, bigger, wider trail. That was the whole point. So, but like I said, I'm kind of anxious to see what next weekend brings, but I got to get out here because it's fishing in the rain, and I might melt because I'm like sugar. Got that.